Hi, I'm Toby Harris. The following Supply Chain Brain executive briefing was filmed at the Scope East conference in Orlando, Florida. I'm delighted to welcome Chief Editor of Supply Chain Brain, Russell Goodman.
I'm joined for a conversation today on rapid returns with voice with Larry Lantizer, General Manager of Strategic Customer Operations with ODW Logistics. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you, Russell.
Larry, I understand that the challenge at ODW Logistics was one where you wanted to increase productivity, safety, accuracy, and performance. Well, what was so terribly wrong about the way you were doing things before? Why was that situation less than optimal?
Well, we grew quite rapidly from 2005 to 2006, and one of our customers that came on board was growing very rapidly within the economy as well. And we were doing our operations from an outbound standpoint from a manual process. And we were processing between 500 and 700 orders a day on paper, which we just were having a hard time keeping up with that order cycle time that they needed. And it produces less than optimal productivity standards, accuracy standards, and with people having that amount of paper in their hand, it really leads to less optimal safety standards, as their eyes are more likely to be on that paperwork instead of on their hands on the wheel and their eyes in front of them where they should be.
I understand that you looked at both RF and voice solutions. Now walk us through that process. What did you find attractive about RF and voice? What did you find limiting about each one of those solutions?
They're both are very good solutions that can be good for somebody in many different ways. For us, when we looked at RF, we like the ability to scan barcodes, scan locations. You get the same type of productivity that you're going to want to get from voice, and it's going to do the same things. But what we really liked with voice was the hands-free environment that it creates and the opportunity to incorporate the voice and words that people are using. And at the same time, we don't have to worry about somebody having a scanner in their hand when they can have both hands free, being as productive as possible.
Well, I understand that you ultimately went with TopVox of Germany. Now, there are a number of providers in this space that work with this type of solution. What was it about their solution that you found attractive?
Well, you're right. We did a lot of due diligence and we looked at a lot of different providers. What we really liked about TopVox was their numerous on-site demos they did for us that used our product and showed us how it would work in our environment on an everyday basis. We were also their first U.S. install. So a little bit better version of the mousetrap and a better cost of entry for us. And we knew that we'd get that support from them as being their first U.S. install. We also liked what they did with, they said, what is what you want to do? We will build around you instead of us having a box where say you fit with us or you don't. And so we were able to work with them and say, this is the solution we want. And they built that solution around our current WMS and our current environment.
Now, how long ago did this vetting process and implementation process take?
We partnered up with them in 2006, July of 2006, and within a 3-month process, we went live, and we were in live production with the voice technology.
Is it fair to say then that you've had more than a trial run, that by now you know exactly what the capabilities of this solution are?
Yes, the trial run went very well, and what we're finding now is that voice technology is really a tool. And there's so many different things that you can grow around it. You know, when you're using your WMS, for instance, we've been able to incorporate many different things, UCC labeling, master billing. We recently put in voice with UPC checks on our voice. So we really have a 3-step process to checking orders. We check at the aisle level, we check at the location level, and we now check at the box level or the carton level. And what we found is the more and more that you look at voice and there's more and more opportunities that you can do to bring on new things.
At the top of the interview, we outlined a number of areas where you said that ODW Logistics needed to see improvement. They included performance, they included safety, included productivity. By now, you must have had time to see if you have met the goals in those areas. What kind of quantifiable results can you share?
Yeah, we measure people in 3 ways, and we call it SAP. We measure them with their safety, their accuracy, their productivity. We measure both our associates at that level, and we measure ourselves at that level. From a safety standpoint, we've seen 25% less injuries or incidents, that we call them, on our work sites. And we really believe that is because people have a hands-free work environment where they're able to focus on what they're doing and their surroundings, and not necessarily the job the order that they're picking. From an accuracy standpoint, we've been able to increase our accuracy both at the inventory level and on the order level to 99.5% accurate. We measure that. We get measured by our customers through an audit process, and also obviously through our annual physical inventories. And we've been able to increase our productivity by 30%. And a lot of that has to do with the tool of Voice itself, and as well the different enhancements that we've been able to add on top of that.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation, Larry. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you, Russell.
We've been talking with Larry Lantizer of ODW Logistics about rapid returns with Voice. Thank you for watching.